Morning guys, it's Tim from Advanced In-Car Technologies, and today we're working on another Transporter T6 this week. This is the fourth one this week, and we are doing some security upgrades. So the story behind this one is this customer's just bought a brand new lovely VW T6. His last van he had a VW T5.1, or it might have been like a really older T6, but anyway, the story behind it is that he sold it because his van got broken into through the sliding door on the passenger side, and they managed to steal all his tools without the alarm going off once. So he's not having any of that anymore. So what we're doing today is we're going to be upgrading using a Vodafone 2-to-1 CAN upgrade. So it means that you don't have any extra fobs or anything like that. But another thing that we are fitting on top of this is an ADR immobiliser. So that means if you don't have the card on it, the alarm will go off, etc, etc. But what we're also doing is we are fitting some new internal, more sensitive microwave sensors in the cab, but we're also then going to fit some microwave sensors into the rear of the cab as well, because if someone does get in, we want the alarm to go off as quickly as possible. So all the panels will be alarmed, the bonnet, the side doors, the back door, etc. But also if someone manages to get in to the vehicle by bypassing something, those microwave sensors inside the rear of the van will also go off as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the camera and just show what the factory alarm system sounds like, and also how it currently works. So we'll move the camera about and we'll show that off. Okay, so the first test we're going to do with the factory alarm system, and we'll repeat this with the new upgraded alarm later on, is we've locked the vehicle. We have to wait about 30 seconds for it about to arm, and you know it's armed by the light flashing by the door pin, and also the dashboard itself turns off. So this is a bit of a higher spec T6 than what the bog standard one is, because this one is on its factory alarm system has actually got some internal microwave sensors, but they're hidden away in a place that arguably or not arguably might not be great. So in theory we should be able to, at the moment, put our hand through the window and we should be able to set off the alarm. So Rich is just very slowly going to open, oh, the window's already open, he's going to put his arm through there and hopefully the alarm should go off. So at the moment he's now in the vehicle, having possibly smashed the glass because there's no glass sensors, and the alarm hasn't gone off. So in theory he could plug an OBD device into the OBD port, code a new key, and start the vehicle, bypass everything. And one thing that we did notice, that the only time that this alarm did actually go off was when we did something over here with the pin, and it did want to go off, but for some reason now we're in here and it's not going off. Oh, there you go. So it took at least 30 seconds, which is more than enough time to get the OBD port located and plugged in, to be able to start the vehicle and do all that wonderful stuff that criminals like to do. So that just shows from the factory system a sort of a flaw, as it were. So we're going to be upgrading that. What we'll do is we'll move the camera around to show the sliding door, and Rich is going to get in the back. So once it's locked and the alarm is armed, he's going to rock it to show that if someone managed to get into the rear cab by, say, cutting a hole into it or something like that, then the alarm's not going to go off. So we'll move the camera and we'll do that one now. Okay, so we've moved the camera around. We're just going to unlock it so Rich can get in the back. And as you can see, probably there are some tools in the vehicle. He's going to shut the door and we're going to lock it. So now the vehicle's locked. We'll move the camera very slightly. Okay, so we've moved the vehicle. I'll keep an eye on the flashers and the dashboard, and then when the 30 seconds is up for the alarm to have armed itself, Rich is going to pretend that he's managed to have cut a hole into the side of the vehicle, because the weak points at the moment are sort of in here. That's why we're also going to at some point be doing slam locks to this vehicle and strengthening the door here. If someone cut a hole in here, then they could get into the vehicle quite easily and not set it off. So the alarm is now active, so Richard's going to pretend that he's messing about in there. So I don't know if you can see it, but the vehicle was rocking quite a bit and the alarm is not going off. The only good thing about this security system is that on the one lock the vehicle is deadlocking its doors, so that's pretty cool. So even if Rich managed to get in, he couldn't open the doors by pulling it, and it's not triggering the alarm. So once we fitted the new upgrade with the new microwave sensors in the back, if Rich was in there rocking about, which we'll show, the alarm will go off.
Morning guys, right, it's James today. We have now finished working on this Transporter T6. We fitted the Vodafone Automotive, or as it used to be known, Cobra, Thatcham 2-to-1 upgrade system. So it came from factory with the deadlock, remote control central locking with immobiliser, and now we fitted an external self-powered siren and also an engine cut just to make it even more secure. This particular alarm has got the ADR driver recognition cards. So if somebody steals the keys, what happens is, even if you try and start this vehicle, it will not start unless you have one of these cards on you. So it's probably best not to have it on your key ring as such, because if someone has it on your key ring, they're going to steal your van. So the vehicle at the moment is locked. Now I can walk around to make sure the alarm, I don't know if you can see in the camera there, but on the main driver's door you've got the little red flashy light. So it takes about a minute to arm. There's a new button on the dashboard, and the new button on the dashboard is also a disarm feature. But what we'll do is we'll go on the basis that once the alarm is armed. Okay, so the alarm is armed. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to, without the driver ADR card, I'm going to get in now, and as if I'm stolen the key. So what happens is it takes about 30 seconds for the card to try and find, or the alarm to try and find the original cards that are programmed with it. When it doesn't find it, the alarm's going to go off, and I won't be able to start it because the starter cut will be, it'll be inhibited. Right, so at this point the alarm's going off, and you've got two ways of disabling it. You can press the button, which is the whole point of these things here, and once you go near the range of the vehicle, you can disable the alarm. Now, in addition to the driver ADR tags that we've supplied, there's two of these, we've also, because there's a vehicle that carry lots of tools and expensive items in the back, and a lot of the rear load areas don't have any protection at all. So some vehicle owners have slam locks fitted, but that's quite expensive, and also eats into the door, especially if you've got a vehicle under warranty. So what we've done is we've fitted a microwave sensor, and we'll just show you that now. Okay, so I've just locked the van now. We'll give it 30-40 seconds for the arm to alarm, and Tim is now locked in the back of the van. And once I've given him the acknowledgement, the go-ahead to say that the alarm is armed, he's going to pretend as if he's broken into the van, or he's already in the van, and he's going to set the alarm off. Okay, just waiting for it to arm. Okay, so the alarm is now armed. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to turn the alarm off, like so. Now, obviously you could see that none of us went anywhere near the van, and that was Tim purely in the back of the van trying to do something as if he was going to lift some of the tools out the back. So this is the Cobra, or Vodafone Automotive CAN bus upgrade alarm for the Volkswagen T6 platform. It's actually a qualified Thatcham 2-to-1 upgrade. So in addition to the factory immobiliser, this has also got a starter motor wire cut that's been done, and it's all relayed through the van. So if somebody steals the owner's key and doesn't have the tag on them, this van's going nowhere, and in addition to that, the siren is going off. Okay, so this is James. We've been watching Advanced In-Car Technologies, and if you've got a vehicle like this that you want protected in the same way, please get in touch with us, and it's www.advanced-incar.co.uk. Thanks for watching.